It's the Diamond K Show, sometimes controversial, but always authentic. The Diamond K Show is a music insider's view into the world of business and entertainment, hosted by writer, director, and music entrepreneur, yours truly, Diamond K. Hola, people. Hola. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for logging on. And thank you for listening to the Diamond K Show. Spread the word, y'all. I post new content daily at ustreamradio.com. Today's show is sponsored by YouAreNotTheFatherBook.com. Read the struggles I faced before and after finding out the 7-year-old boy I was raising was not my own. Digital, paperback, and audio versions are available right now at YouAreNotTheFatherBook.com. With that being said, let's get into today's show. Ustreamradio.com, yours truly, Diamond K, in here, about to set it off like we always do. Of course, make sure that you listen and log on. Now, I am joined by Street Tactics' own, my man, Omar Little. What's going on, brother?
What's up, brother? How you be, man?
Hey, can't complain. Definitely can't complain. But, you know, it's crazy because in Baltimore, the weather, like, you know, they predicting this big storm, and people are all, you know, up in arms about it.
Yeah. But I tell you what, man, you can't do nothing about God work, man. We're roll with it. We're over it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody complaining about it.
Like, right, because there's nothing we can do about it.
You know what? I tell my man, you complain. I mean, if you got that much of a complaint, you can always move to Florida. You do. I mean, but you know, that's what it is. It's the winter time. That's the weather that we get up here, man. You know.
Yeah. No doubt. So I definitely want to talk about, you know, what you got going on and all that good stuff. I want to dive right in, but I actually want to start at the beginning. Where did you grow up?
I grew up on Pressman and Alamo, West Baltimore, man. You know, right off of Longwood, brother.
Absolutely.
Grew up over there.
I know the area very well.
But you know what, though? That's not indicative to me, man. Like, I'm Hilton of Milton, Cherry Hill, Evanstonville, man. You know, ain't no boundaries with me, dog.
Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about your childhood. What was that like?
I mean, I come from a big family, man. My grandfather was actually one of the first black business owners in Baltimore City in the mid-'50s. I come from a pretty solid family, man. I got 10 aunts and uncles, you know what I mean? But, you know, growing up in the neighborhood that I grew up in, you know, I was always challenged by the same obstacles that everybody was, you know, growing up in this city. So, you know, I fell victim to a few pitfalls in my life, man. But for the most part, you know, I grew up pretty good, man. Pretty solid, pretty well-rounded. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. As far as hip-hop goes, what are your earliest memories of hip-hop?
Man, the Fresh Fest, brother. I remember Mixmaster Ice getting carried off the stage by Jermaine Dupri and when he was kids, man. You know what I mean? And I mean, so that exposure and to see that, you know what I mean, as a kid, you got to understand that it was new. So my love for hip-hop is more of a passion because, you know, I was just blown away by, you know, the community finally having a voice in music, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a powerful time. You talking about going into that golden age of hip hop. Who do you listen to? Well, I guess, you know, not who you listen to now. Who were some of the influences in the beginning for you?
Oh man, my influences range, brother. I mean, from everybody from, of course, KRS-One. Rakim, man, was like my idol, brother. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, like all of them. Big Daddy Kane, man. I appreciated his swag with the rap game. You know, Cool G Rap. I appreciated his realness with the rap game. Man, it's just like just all the golden guys, man. Like, I pretty much like them all, man. And that's even to this day. I listen to everybody. Flat out.
Right, definitely. So when did you realize, or when did you decide that you wanted to get in the booth, get behind the mic, and start writing?
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I grew up around the way with Vicious V, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I go back to the house parties when Vicious V had the turntables on the dining room table, man. So you know, as a young dude, you know, I gotta say, the first time I ever put a mic in my hand was around his house when he kind of like, oh yeah, oh, you nice, man. And he used to just have me battling dudes in the neighborhood, man. So it started pretty early, man. Like I say, I started around about, I don't know, 13. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And thanks to Vicious V, man. If you're listening, man, I appreciate it, brother, because it's been all love and all golden since, brother.
Absolutely. Vicious V, definitely a good friend of the show. Crazy dude, though. Crazy dude. If you get on the wrong side of him, crazy dude.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But we call him high blood pressure, bro.
Yeah, but he good people, though. He good people.
Yeah, ain't no question, man.
Absolutely.
And, and V's respected, bro. So
absolutely. So from that point, how did you? How was your being an artist received? You know, around your way and in the hood.
Well, I mean, to be honest, man, like, you know, from you know, early stages around there messing around with V, you know, I kind of tapered off from the music thing, got really involved in the streets. You know, that's when a lot of the hardship came into place. And I ran into one of my best friends, man, Mike Wilson, man, believe it or not, in jail. and I hadn't seen him since middle school. So, you know, he was already, you know, establishing himself as an MC in the city. And he said to me, man, you know what, man, you nice, man, take it serious, man. When you come home, man, we gonna put it together, man. And sure enough, when I came home, you know, we gave birth to JI 900. And you know, it's all history from there, you know.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned that. I definitely was going to go there. And let's talk a little bit about Wilson and JI 900.
Oh man, Wilson, believe it or not, saved my life, man. You know, I came home from jail, man, and you know, from prison, and he had already he had beat me home, you know, probably like a year earlier, but he stayed in touch with me the whole time I was locked up, and I did a nice long bit, man. So, you know, when I came home, you know, when you're in prison, it's almost like you're stuck in time. You know, my mentality, even though I was saying to myself, man, I'm not gonna go home and go back to the streets. You know, I really didn't believe in myself. When I came home and he actually was showing me the things that he was doing involved, you know, as far as the hip hop community, man, it just turned that light back on for me, man. And Wilson, for the most part, saved my life, bro. Like, he pulled me off the streets. You know what I mean? We got the studio star status going. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I owe a lot. I owe everything, and I mean everything for the most part to Wilson, who when I came home, who introduced me to our good brother DJ Concrete. At the time, Annex Click was really going strong, and we linked up with the Annex Click, and the rest is history, man. But Wilson, man, I mean, you know, he passed away, and you know, that's why I can't just allow his legacy to die. You know what I mean? Because there's so much stuff that we still have, so much material that we still have that people haven't heard. You know what I mean? So, man, Wilson was my brother in this thing, brother. And this is no joke. Like, I get a little emotional because, you know, I hate to even be in this position of kind of restarting the motor again without having him here with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. Man, he definitely a good dude. Gone too soon. Yeah, I mean, everybody that I know, and not just saying, you know, now that he's passed on, but when he was alive, I didn't know of anybody to speak negative about him.
He was a good guy. And you gotta remember too, man. You know, Wilson had a vision for this community, man, in the hip hop here in Baltimore. You know, his relationships with Solomon is the reason why, you know, it's a platform. You know, the 5 Seasons is existing now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we started that whole thing because you know that was at that time when we started the 5, man. Like, you know, you couldn't get a guy from Sedonia to do a show with a dude from Walbrook Junction. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of the walls that everybody put up, man. And you know, he brought all that together, man. And it's good to see. You know, when I came back to Baltimore, see the 5 still going strong, even though it's been, you know, through a few different hands, it's still there. You know what I mean? And that gives us a center. It gives us a something stable. You know what I'm saying? To look forward to be able to perform in front of a crowd. You can work on your skills. You know what I mean? You can work on everything that you need to. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Like Wilson, man, he had a great vision, man. So, you know, I can't allow that to die because I see a lot of selfishness that's going on now. You know, a lot of these dudes here, refuse to acknowledge the history that goes on. That's the reason that's slowing up our evolution here. Like, you got artists and guys out here, you know, with these labels, because there's a million labels who believe that, you know, the train started with them. When I came home, I remember hearing Lab Tech 1, you know what I'm saying? You know, Annex, Click, you know, you was a legend, you know, Creep was a legend, V was a legend. So, you know, you know, when you refuse to acknowledge the history as to, you know, what's going on here, you know what I'm saying? Then you got young guys coming up without a real appreciation for everybody that laid the groundwork. Like, I hear people talk about the 5 seasons, like, oh, I'm sick of going there. But I'm thinking, like, man, you wasn't around when it wasn't nothing for us to go to. But the Dome, when Ray Luger used to put together little rap battles down at the Dome, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. So, I mean, I'm trying to kickstart that devil moon.
I mean, and I definitely agree with what you're saying. And I was talking to the We Rock crew last week on the show, and and we were talking about that, and as far as, you know, people not, you know, artists not, you know, paying homage and giving respect to the people that came before them. How is that? How can we change that?
Well, only thing you got, my idea on how to change that, man, would simply be, you know, let's get all the guys that's really official up front, man. You know what I'm saying? You got so many guys that's just out front right now that's not representing the city right. And I know I might rub a few of these guys wrong when they hear this interview, but they know. You know what I'm saying? They know. You know, it's not a great representation. So we got to get, you know, our representation, you know, back to being official. You know, back to being, you know, when you hear dudes, you know, I had a debate the other day about, a guy put a post out about, you know, man, if I see a dude up on stage in his work shirt, man, I don't even pay him no attention. Like, I mean, you can't say that, because, you know, you turning your back on the guys that's probably saying to themselves, well, let me approach him to see if he can help me, man. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody reaching back, man. Like, dudes is doing their thing with their circle, which is understandable, but man, you gotta reach back, man. You gotta bring all that together, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, until we can kind of, you know, bring everybody back into the same circle, you know what I'm saying, and kind of get this representation right, man. Like, it's gonna always be a lot of, you know, fakeness going on, man. A lot of phony stuff going on, man. Like, you know what I mean? My suggestion is to just hit the street, put the legwork in that I can put in. You know, I got a great motor behind me, a great train behind me with Creed and street tactics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think that what we gonna bring back to the game, you know, it ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is music based on plagiarism, but ain't nothing new. But I'm hoping that it'll be something that's appreciated. And once, you know, you become appreciated throughout the community, man, you know what I'm saying, then you'll get the community to start saying, well, you know what, old boy right there that's saying this, that, and the third, doing this, that, and the third, really ain't representing what we stand for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's really, like, missing. Like, I hear all these little dudes and this, you know, I'm this, that, and the third, I got this, I'm making this kind of money, man, but come on, man, I'm from Hilton to Milton, Cherry Hill to Emersonville every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need somebody that can relate to them. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. So once, you know, you can get that representation back, you know what I'm saying, I think the people will follow, because we did it. And we did it without the social media. You know what I mean? No Twitter, no Facebook. You know what I'm saying? MySpace was brand new back in 2002, 2003. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think it can get back to that. I really think it can. I just think, you know, everybody just got to collectively come together. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the ones that's real about it, real serious. I ain't talking all these dudes sitting on cloud nine looking down on everybody because you got a little studio, you done ran into a couple little dudes that can rap and this, that, and that. I'm talking about really like everybody pull it together. We pull it together, we can get it popping off. You know, the best example I tell dudes is when I lived down south, like Jeezy didn't like Gucci Man, but when you listen to the radio, you might hear a Jeezy and Gucci Man record. You know what I'm saying, bro? So we gotta get beyond that, man. Get beyond these frenemies, man. And that's real tough.
Right, absolutely. We just tuned in. Yours truly, Diamond K, here on UstreamRadio.com. I'm talking to Omar Little. We will get into a little bit of this music, come back, and I want to talk a little bit more about how you feel about the Baltimore sound, and I want to talk about Southern hip-hop and a couple more things. So we'll be back. Stay tuned, y'all. We'll be back right after this. UstreamRadio.com. Yours truly, Diamond K. And I got my man Omar Little on the line. Let's talk a little bit about that record right there.
Oh man, that right there is that fire, man. Got my little homie Jay Will on there. You know, that's Creek's son, man. And you know, got my man Ray Lugo on it. You know what I'm saying? It's called Scruples. You know, just a little something let everybody know where that flow is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You know, it's a lot different than sonically than what we're hearing coming out of this area.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you say that's
Thank you.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the current sound, not only in Baltimore, but just in hip hop in general?
You know what? This is how I feel about it, and this is honest to God truth, man. A sound was created through various artists. You know what I'm saying? And just like High Tops with Blonde and when Kid and Play was out, it just caught on. You know what I'm saying? But everybody get away from the boom bap, man. The boom bap is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a fan of following the code. And the crazy thing, I be telling my little man and them out here now, I'm like, yo, we don't act nothing, talk nothing, or our demeanor is nothing like nobody in this country, man. So why not just, why not just emphasize that? Emphasize the fact that we say Doug instead of dogs. You know what I'm saying? We say Fug instead of cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Right. And through that, you'll see, because I travel all over the country, man. I got family everywhere. Texas, Vegas, Cleveland. When I went to Cleveland, gang bang central, man. I had dudes in the little lounge I was in say to me, look at me like I was crazy, like, man, y'all crazy over there in Baltimore, because he even though it's terrible there, their terrible is nothing like our terrible. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, as far as what we do, how we get down, what's going on in the streets here. You know what I'm saying? And that's man, you just hit the nail on the head, bro. That's what's missing. Like what you just said, that doesn't sound like a song that'll come from this region. Thank you, bro. Thank you. At least now I know, you know what I'm saying, that when people hear it, they'll say that they'll have that same thought, like, man, these dudes from Baltimore? Like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, man. And that's what people miss, man. They doing all this old I don't even want to pull no cards, man. Because at the end of the day, I don't even care. Because lyrically, they already know what it is. They hand it right now. Flat out, Jimmy. But yeah, man. It's just dudes got to stick to the originality, man. That's basically what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? We too original as city, not to be original. Period.
In the song, digital was referenced and social media and that type. How do you feel about the internet, and do you think that the internet is good or bad for hip hop?
Check this out, man. I don't know. I'm not even gonna give you the general scope as far as hip hop. I'm just going to emphasize on what's going on here. The internet was a great thing at one point, because it gave exposure to everybody who had their doors closed. What's amazing to me is you'll have three different groups in one area that never even work together, because it's not, people ain't as inviting. So what the internet did was it just let everybody in. But it had like a reverse effect, because instead of it opening doors, it closed doors even further. You know what I'm saying? Because we was already at that point where everybody crabs, like, man, I'm nicer than yo, we don't need to work with yo, them dudes ain't doing nothing X, Y, Z, right? So what the internet did was it gave that exposure. Everybody got this mentality like, I'm a star. You know what I'm saying? So, with all these shining stars, you know what I'm saying, they ain't build bigger walls, because now niggas really feel like, well, I don't need to deal with you, I can do this, that, and the third, man. Like, it divided the city, if you ask me, man. Like, I'm glad that it exists, because I can hear dudes like that I never listened to, like Sonny Reds, you know what I'm saying? Dudes that I, like Lil Linwood, I can catch everybody, like my man Rico Reed, you feel me? But it's only a certain amount of dudes that's willing to even just, be welcoming, man. Like my man Ray Lucas said to me the other day, because I be talking to these little dudes, and he's like, yo, you seem like you always trying to help everybody. And that's like, it's like, when he said that, I'm sitting there thinking like, well, that is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just inviting to everybody, man, because I know collectively we'll be a lot stronger unit than we are individually. You know what I'm saying? but it's like people don't want to seem to grasp that concept. Now I know it's people that's listening probably like, oh nah, I'm cool with so and so, I'm cool with this, that, and the third. Yeah, you cool with it. Like I posted like not too long ago. Dudes will do features with dudes and not even listen to their music. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes will reach out to a dude and say, yo, let's do a song together. But when he hop into his car, he ain't even showing his music no love. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Man, it's just, it's crazy. It's like it's divided, and I don't care what nobody say, dog. Like I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I see the fakeness that goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like I see how certain dudes who wasn't nowhere 10 years ago looks down on just the average little dude that's trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's crazy, bro. But somebody got to take a step and change that. And I'm a respected dude throughout the streets, and people don't realize that that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your community behind you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when we recreated the Fresh Fest here, man, the footage is out there. You can see, man, it felt good to know that we could go to a club that's not known for our type of crowds and put 200-300 people in there. You know what I'm saying, man? Like I'm talking pack it front to back, top to bottom, man. So I don't know, man. We just got to get back out in the community, man. Shout out to Charm City C, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, stay working. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he stay in the community, man.
He definitely does.
But, yeah, man.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, I was just saying, just going in on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just need to, and I know everybody that's listening now, man, like, my door is open to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put together this 4th of July block party thing with Vicious V. You know what I'm saying? If you want to perform there, let me know. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, check your egos at the door, though, because, here we humble. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thankful to be able to share myself and my art with people. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, like, that's what we need to get back to, brother. So, yeah, I appreciate this, Kate.
Absolutely. Absolutely, no problem. Tell me this, what has been your proudest musical moment thus far?
The proudest musical moment was when me and Wilson went to Florida for the Source Awards, and Lord John seen me and said to me, man, I just saw y'all last night. He like, man, I respect the fact you was in there with a dickie on, like in a video, because we had a video that was that was on BET Uncut for, man, we had a couple on them. Shout out to Dark Thomas. Had a couple on for a few years, you know what I mean? So when he said that to me, and just to see, just to have that acknowledgement from that level, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you're just appreciating the fact that I wasn't even in the club with Jules, and you know what I'm saying? I'm in there just partying with the homies, man, in a dickie and a fitted, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was big for me, man. I mean, that's just, I'm not gonna say that's a single thing. I'm thankful for everything, Diamond Kate. Thankful for every single thing that I was able to experience, man. No joke, brother.
Definitely. So, and that you have to do that. You gotta stop and smell the roses and enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. That's what a lot of people do, man. They're so busy being greedy, they don't enjoy the taste of it. You know what I'm saying? And see, and when you don't enjoy the taste, you don't have an appreciation for the nutrients that it gives your body. You know what I'm saying? Me, man, I nibbles everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I nibbles everything, man. So, I soak it all in. I told my daughter not too long ago, man, if I go to my grave tomorrow, I'm proud of the accomplishments and the things that me and Wilson and Crete and everybody that I was associated with was able to do, man. Proud of it, man.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. What, as far as 2014, what does 2014 have in store for Omar Little?
We gonna mash the return of the boom back, man. Flat out, man. We gonna mash, man. Like, I'm looking to release the return of the great JI 900. Possibly early summer. I'm not really gonna give a date because I want to make sure everything is in place. Here in Baltimore, you got to do that. You know what I mean? You don't want to just be like, oh, I'm coming out next week. Come up next week, and ain't nobody aware that you even out. You know what I mean? So we putting in the legwork now, man. Like I just was telling you on, off air. We're going to do a really great video for family. You know what I'm saying? A single, that the first single off the Return of the Great. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm just going to try to include everybody. That's why I'm talking about the block parties and everything. Like, man, I'm just, just right now, this summer, this spring summer is going to be, all the way official for us. We got J. Will coming. We got Ray Luger coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Crete, we got his mixtape services, that's out right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's a lot that's going on, man. Like real talk, man. Like I'm trying to get with Doc Thomas, man, to get with this movie situation. I don't want to talk about it too much. You know, I did have a little part in Charm City, so I'm trying to get back into my acting. You know what I'm saying? Get my acting swerve on. So, you know, man, it's a lot, man. I'm working, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna say and give you a million dates and a million titles, man. I'm out here for real, man. Like you want to know what's going on with Omar, man? I got you, period. You know what I'm saying? Just holler at me, man. You feel me? But, you know, like I say, we ramping it out now. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Crease sitting down right now, just getting the game plan all the way official. And, again, I don't want to, you know, be too premature and say, oh, okay, we coming out July this year, June this year. I just know when it's right, we gonna be there. You know what I mean? And that's real talk. So it's a journey, and I'm in the middle of it right now. So, but I do got the project completed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't leaking too much. Do got the project completed, and I got a Last Will and Testament. A lot of songs Wilson did. You know, because he was working on his own project before he got sick. So I got the Last Will and Testament grade come out too. So. Yeah, we just putting it together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, this is just the buzz. This is the buzz walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, get everybody like, okay, that's what it is. Like, okay, dude, I'm back in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm just like letting everybody know that we ain't gone nowhere. GI 900 still here, man. Omar Little still here. That's my government name, dog. You feel me? I don't even want to be associated with all that other wild crap. You feel me? But, yeah, that's my government name, man. So... like I say, just keep your eyes and ears posted. Right now, we just launched the www.boombaplife.com. You know what I'm saying? Got the Street Tactics website probably coming, you know, possibly next week. You know what I'm saying? You know, we trying to get everybody involved with the record pool. You know what I mean? Like, man, yeah, we working, man. But we ground level though, Kate. Right now,
that's what it's about. And yeah. If you can think it, it can be done. So that's how it starts. What, as far as the social media, how can people get in touch with you?
www.streettactics.com. You know what I'm saying? You could Facebook me, man. You could Twitter me, Omar Little. You know what I'm saying? Like, do the typical means, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, as far as really what's going on collectively with the whole, you know, music group, you know, www.streettactics.com. You know what I'm saying? For the DJs and these label guys, www.boombaplife.com. You know what I mean? Let's get this record pool really going, man, because we touching overseas, man. Like I'm in the overseas money, man. You know what I'm saying?
You said a record pool, and let me take a call real quick and bring caller you on the line with Omar Little. Who's that?
DJ Unique.
Unique what it is, brother.
What up?
Oh man. Hey, I reached out to you a couple times, Neek, trying to get up with you, bro.
I know we got linked up. Yeah, definitely got linked up. That's been doing the daddy thing, man. I'm a new dad. You know?
Hey, man. Hey, much respect for that, bro. You remember mine was little one. I had him dragging on my coattails. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. But I was just calling, you know, to show mad love, you know, to Omar Little. We go way, way back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Just want to, you know, let you know I listen to all the music Creek send me. You know, everything is banging. So,
yeah.
You know, I just want to tell you, keep banging out. You know, we definitely gonna link up though.
Hey Creek, hey Neek, I'm coming up to your spot every week, dog. I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Come on, be the fire spot, man. It's nothing but love. A lot of ladies be out there too. So come on, hey.
Yeah. Unique. I know we were talking earlier in the interview about Mr. Wilson. Do you have any stories that you can share? A quick story about Mr. Wilson?
Oh man, there's a whole lot of stories. Omar, no. A whole lot of stories. I mean, oh man, I don't even know where to start. All I can say was, me and dude, we just used to go at it 24/7, cracking jokes on each other.
Nick, come on, we used to get out on you, Nick. Get it true.
Y'all used to get out. I mean, it was just like fun, 24/7, fun.
Yep.
You know, it was just, you know, them acoustic days and star status days. It was just nothing but fun back then. We had nothing but fun. It was fun everywhere we went.
Right.
You know,
Everywhere we went, man. You know what I'm saying? Every video we had wasn't nothing but really a party. Outside of the love. You see that love video I posted up there, bro? You see a young unique over there?
Yeah. and I was just reaching out to Creek, telling Creek that he you know, now that y'all in the studio together, you know, telling him to reach out to Gant and God and see if you need.
Oh man, I be with Gant every other day.
Yeah,
that's
so
my
name. Black Creek, no, you know, and I already I've been talking to Mook out too. Like,
Shout out to Mook out, man. Street tag, shout out to Mook, man.
Yeah, everything flowing.
Hey, but you know what? Let me touch on this. Let me touch on this while I got you and Diamond K on here. You know what my biggest gripe about Baltimore City is, man? That there's absolutely no DJ-artist relationship, right? DJs
None.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the, you know, y'all cool. I know y'all shows love, bro. And again, these artists need to be appreciative, man. That, you know, they do got some of you guys on their side. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because I done seen DJs pretty much kind of like superstars. Like, if you ain't paying to come to their party everywhere they at, they ain't showing you no love when they don't realize. I remember a day when I don't remember seeing a video before my cousin Mark and Vicious. We used to pull out a brand new Steady B 12-inch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The clubs is where it's at, brother. You dig what I'm saying? And the clubs is really the DJs is really like the puppeteers of like, if you guys touch the community more than any artist that I can think of in the city, including myself. You know what I'm saying? By accumulating a following, because, like, you know, DJ Unique is nice. He gonna bring a party wherever he be. He could do a party in Pikesville Armory. You know what I'm saying? You gonna pack it. You know what I'm saying? But because there's no relationship, and certain DJs, and I'm not gonna name no names, you know, because I don't want nobody to get a little fluffed in the pillow and want to say something and get it all the way wrong, right? Unless you're coming at them with a few dollars, you know what I'm saying? Which is the worst relationship ever, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even gonna get no kind of love from them, man. So the DJ, and I hope a lot of DJs, and I know Diamond K, you keep a lot of DJs on deck, man. I hope y'all hearing this, man.
I want to say something on that too. Like, I was talking to Diamond and Creek about this, and on my interview with Diamond, like, the hip hop scene, to me, it was blowing up at a certain point in time. It was like Rod Lee and Concrete was the two it factors in Baltimore. They was making the happen for the Baltimore scene. You had y'all blowing up, Annex Click, all that on the underground tip, and then on the commercial tip for the radio for 92, you had Rod Lee blowing up with the Boss Mans and the 10 Trees. It was like we had our own sound back then. Right. It was like, you know, when those two stopped kind of like producing music a little bit, it kind of like everybody just wanted to sound like they was from down south after that.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, man? At the end of the day, I'm not even that opposed to the mimics. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can mimic all they want, but like Diamond K just said, this don't sound like nothing coming from the region. I can put you in the direction of a couple artists that I know that is cool and I'm a fan of that can give you that homegrown flavor, right? But again,
it's a couple I'm a fan because too. I'm a huge fan of the dude Sin City.
Right.
Dude is nice.
Right.
You know, up to the Omar, the dude Sin City is nice. The girl C Notes is nice. The girl Lady D is nice.
Right.
Rico Reeves, like, it's a couple of dudes. Just because I do the 40 and over in the old school, I still sit back and pay attention to what's going on. Charm City, they still holding their weight from back then when y'all JR900 Charm City used to run things. Like, they still holding their own ground and creating their own lane. So it's like it's a lot out here. Like you said, it's up to the DJs to break the record.
And that's all it is. That's it right there. That's it. Unique. If the DJs got on the side or got on the same side as artists, like I'm gonna give you an example. You just brought up Tim Trees, and I see Tim Trees out here at Ray League Studio. Shout out to Tim Trees, Lano, y'all. You know, they already know they family, right? When you think about when Raw Lee produced the record for Tim Trees, but because Raw Lee was a DJ who did a lot of parties, had a good little following, ain't nobody, half the city didn't even know who Tim Trees would even look like when they was liking Bankroll. And that's just on the principle that as a DJ, you know, you control what your crowd like, you know, get into, man. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Like if the DJs in the city would kind of, you know, break through that whole superstar ego thing that a lot of these DJs got, you dig what I'm saying? And just say, well, look, if the joint is hot, I'ma play it. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be about him being from Baltimore or none of that, cause if somebody like Prodigy walk out the woodwork and give one of these dudes a joint and they deem it hot, they gonna play it out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Just play it if it's hot, dog. Ain't nobody saying that you gotta show love because he's from here, because whack is whack dude, bro. And I don't like everybody, and I don't like half the dudes I shake hands with. You understand what? You understand what I'm saying? But
another good example, like when Smash died. Like everybody was playing his music like that whole week, 2 weeks straight. With a new mixtape drop.
Right.
Like now,
you can't even get a nigga. You can't get a nigga to play.
Right, can't even get a nigga to play it. But everybody was banging Too Much For Me and everything else like a whole week, like when he died. Now don't nobody, I still listen to his music to this day.
Right.
Still play it.
It's almost like it was almost like they played it to say, well, here you go, bro. We finally giving you the city love that you've been on our back about. You feel me, man? It's crazy, bro. And that's real. If the DJs, man, if the DJs here can change the culture. I remember a time when we used to listen to WBB when it wasn't nothing but hip hop. Soon as Frank Ski put on the biker shorts and started banging club with Miss Tony, now the city's a club city because the DJs control the crowd. And I ain't saying it in a way like people ain't got don't have a mind of their own. But man, when you get a couple Hennessy and orange juices in you, man, you feeling a little good, little shorty sitting there looking at you. If she get the bouncing off of it, you gonna get the bouncing off of it. You understand what I'm saying,
even with the club music, as soon as the Atlanta stuff started popping, dudes stopped wanting to play the club music. It's the same as the Baltimore hip hop. They cut it out.
Yeah, well, like I say, and I hope the world is listening right now. I hope this city is listening right now. One of the main problems with this city is the disconnect from the artist to the DJ. You dig what I'm saying? I see all these dudes on certain DJs, and I don't want to name no names again. I have these dudes take more headshots than chicks. But I see them all on so-and-so nuts, on this dude nuts, you know what I'm saying? Like, show that same love to a hot dude that you notice in the city. You feel what I'm saying? Because niggas here is working, man. And then ain't none of this free, you know what I'm saying? Even though I go to my man Stu, I still break bread with him, you know what I mean? Man, just show the love, and that way you get the normal community. Like, when I go to these rap shows, I see the rap community, but see, they ain't who you want to reach, you know what I'm saying? You want to reach the whole city, the whole community, man. Show some love to the artists, man. Start playing some of this hotness that I'm hearing around here, you know what I'm saying? And you will see it to change the complexion of the city, period.
They still bang and go in D.C.?
Yeah, well, they gonna always bang. You know why? Because Go-Go is DC born. They'll never abandon that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we don't have, man. Listen, we Baltimore City already is a place where if I was moving in here from Canada, you couldn't give me 5 reasons why I would want to move my family here, flat out. But that's another story, right? So because of that lack of community, period, transitions to the hip hop community. There's a lack of community. You know what I'm saying? There's a lack of community. I hear all these big talkers and all that. Like I say, man, I ain't an opponent to success. If I see you doing it, I'm the first dude to say congratulations, because like you just said, Unique, man, Wilson came out the pocket for everything we did, bro. And ain't nobody say to us, well, here, we gonna help you out. You feel what I'm saying? We did it because you knew it was a greater goal in it. The reward wasn't a monetary thing. It was more of a spiritual thing, of a spiritual connection with the people that we love and grew up around, bro. You dig what I'm saying? Man, it's crazy, man. But this lack of community is the reason why things are the way they are. And see, people can say what they want. I done heard about so-and-so great sign, the Def Jam, this D great sign, the Bad Boy. Man, I don't care about none of that. Because ain't none of them reaching back, because I'm out here and I can tell you that. You dig what I'm saying? I'm talking about show love amongst each other. And I mean, I know this is just a moot point because, you know, this has been a conversation since so-and-so was on 88.9 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But it starts with the DJs, period. Like I say, like me, you do 40 and over. Even if you don't play my lyrics, I got an instrumental that I know you can mix some Beyonce with. You understand what I'm saying? Just to get people familiar with it. Like when I first heard 10 Trees Bankroll, it wasn't even his song. It was the instrumental mixed with Stephanie Mills, Something the Way You Feel. You understand what I'm saying, bro? But just to get people familiar and acclimated to your sound, the DJ's got to kick in. And that's the problem, period.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, you said that very well. And like you said, I mean, I know this is something that's been said before, but we got to keep saying it and keep living by it, and eventually it's going to sink in. So,
right. Well, how about this? I'm going to give it to you even smaller, right? A fire never starts out to be a big fire. A fire starts out small. I know you, Diamond K. I know Unique. I know Vicious V. You feel me? I know DJ Booby, if he's still out there. I got Concrete in our pocket. And you guys, because of you guys are DJs, no other DJs. And I'm quite sure if you go to somebody and say, yo, listen to this. Oh boy, hot. You ain't even gotta tell them who it is. You can say is MC Shalabim from Saudi Arabia. You feel me?
Right.
But from one DJ to another, and because he's going to respect your craft, even if he hears it and don't like it, he's going to listen, at least listen, because Diamond K said, yo, this is hot. You feel what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
Let's get back to the pay it forward routine. You feel what I'm saying, bro? Everybody sitting in front of a computer and think that if you press send, it makes you an instant star. Nah, Doug, you still whack. You feel me? Period, man.
Definitely. Omar Little, thank you for calling in, checking in with us, and talking to our listeners. I'm definitely going to stay in touch with you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. One love, man. Neat, I love you, bro. I'm going to see you, boy. We're going to party with some Long Island iced teas, babe.
Come on out, party with me, you know?
Oh, you are already, man. Don't even trip. We'll see you shindy.